think it'd be important to, for those of us who are regularly, this is how we refresh our, we don't need to buy. So I need a minute. Somebody's already not going to sing it.
So, does the gathering start at 10:30 or is it going to start at 8:00? Yeah. Thank you, Eric.
We'll sing Amazing Grace, New Britain first.
I just run in one side.
Okay, I'll wait. I'm done. Yeah.
Morning, friends. Good morning. We are going to start in just a moment with our gathering music. All of our music this morning is on your handouts, the white paper. We're going to start with, and they're titled. The way we do it is we're going to sing, our shape note singers are going to sing the shapes first, and then we will go into the verses, and for our first one, Amazing Grace, we're going to be singing verses 1, 3, and 5, and everyone's invited to join in.
going Playals hymn.
Good morning. Welcome to the Community Church of Chapel Hill, Unitarian Universalist. Obviously, I am not Kathy Putnam. Kathy's under the weather this morning. I am Reverend Tom Belote, and you're stuck with me. This morning, our preacher is Anne Gilliland, who is a graduate of this year's preaching practicum. Anne has been a resident of the Triangle and a member of the community church since 2012. Anne recently retired from UNC, where she was a lawyer and librarian specializing in information law and policy. I want to especially welcome any visitors or newcomers to our church and to call your attention to the special note for you, Welcome Guests and Newcomers, which is on the back of your order of service. I'd also like to welcome those of you attending online. You can find the lyrics to the hymns and the elements of the service on the screen. And a complete order of service, including this week's announcements, is available via the link in the Sunday morning email and on the church website. Our in-person Sunday social is held immediately following the service right across the courtyard. And if you've not already done so, please, we ask you to turn off or silence your cell phones during our service to maintain a worshipful experience. Whoever you are, whomever you love, however you arrived at this beloved place, you are welcome here. This morning we're going to hear from Ernie Wilkes and Andrew Wright about the Sanctuary Renovation Project. And so Ernie, invite you, and Andrew, invite you to come on up.
Ernie, what's with the outfit?
Well, my friend, one of our HVAC units has taken its final bow, and the other one is tiptoeing on its encore performance. So I'm dressing light in case it heats up in here. I'm business up top, and I'm emergency pool below. And our son was going to come with me for effect too. He's in his swim trunks. Listen, I'm no banker. That doesn't really look like finance attire.
Well, we've had some rain, and the roof membrane gave us good 20 years, but I'm not really certain it's going to hold up and keep the water out, so I'm just preparing for the drips when I find where I'm going to sit.
Yeah, well, what if instead of these outfits, the church had a specialized task force of talented, experienced volunteers to tackle these issues? One with existing relationships with our own engineers and contractors, the one who already know this building, that they could team up with to fix all this stuff. Now, I can see a super team on the horizon, but this sounds like a costly undertaking, my friend. Feels like I'm about to have to go all in without seeing my cards.
Oh, then let me flip them over for you, because we have a winning hand. Yeah, okay. We've been working on this since late last year, and the last piece we need is for everyone to let us know their commitment to the fundraising side. This HVAC and roofing aren't the only patients in the hospital, too, I think.
No, we've got some other things we're going to tackle here, too. This balcony up here could use some compliance upgrades. This stage floor has got more speed bumps than a school zone. Papa Smurf could kick that door in that's on the outside over there. And these stage lights could use a tune-up so our singers get a glow-up they deserve. So if this church were lucky enough to have this leadership capability, what would it take to support a team of super volunteer construction managers?
Well, we've figured out that if everyone looks at what they donate to the annual operating fund and take that same annual amount and commit it to the building project, to the Save Our Sanctuary project, that we can fix these problems, plus the stage, lighting, and the balcony improvements.
And what if I can't make 2 payments this year? That's just a little bit of a stretch for me.
You can work with that. You can fulfill your commitment over the next 3 years. We do have to pay some contractors soon, so we ask maybe a third of that by the end of the summer, so we can get those bills paid, and we can manage it. But, and also this is the time of year that people who are retired are looking at required minimum distributions, and you can look at turning that into a QCD, so lots of options.
Lots of options. And we should probably close with, at the end of today's service, we're going to stick around and answer questions about the project. If anybody wants to stick around for fun, we're going to try to make it fun. Those were some of our best jokes.
It's all downhill from here.
Yeah. Admission is free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm going to say just a few words about the music this morning. Most of the music this morning is going to be in the form of shape note singing, which I've learned a little bit about it. Shape note singing is an American tradition that goes back more than 200 years and was developed as a way for teaching singing, especially at a time when there wasn't many resources or instruments for musical education. It's a primarily a cappella form of singing, and it's based on singing shapes. It's also a community singing, so we invite everybody to sing along, and all of the words to all of the hymns and music were given to you. There may not be enough, so if you are a person who didn't pick up that when you came in, your goal is to find somebody who did and get close and share. This is a collectivist environment this morning. So find somebody, share your music with the person next to you or the people next to you. And we are going to sing when it's sung that the shape note singers, and by the way, we have members of the Triangle Shape Note singing community who are our guests this morning, and they are joined by members of our choirs this morning. So they will lead us. When they sing it, they will sing through the first verse of it in shape note style, singing the fa's and the la's and the sols, and then we invite us to follow and respond with the verses when it's time. I invite you to rise in body or in spirit and sing out our opening hymn. It is Wondrous Love.
Oh,
Come into this home of the holy and this home of the human. Bring your whole self here. Even more, bring your whole selves. Bring your exterior self and your interior self, not that they're completely different. Bring your public self and your private self. Bring your boldness and your shyness, especially your shy soul. Bring everything you know about yourself and bring your unknowns, all your mysteries. Bring your multitudes, to paraphrase Whitman. Bring your foolish consistency, and I suppose your wise inconsistencies, to paraphrase Emerson. Bring your onion-like self, to paraphrase Shrek. Your layers and layers and layers upon layers that constitute you. Come, let us worship together. I invite you to join with me in the words by which we light our chalice. You can find them on the front page of your order of service, and I invite you to join with me in reading them. Come into this place of peace, and let its silence heal your spirit. Come into this place of memory, and let its history warm your soul. Come into this place of prophecy and power, and let its vision change your heart.
Field.
And a special welcome to those from the triangle-shaped note singing community who are joining us here this morning. It's our tradition to hold a time for the joys and the sorrows that we bring with us into this beloved community. It's during this time, if you've come with either a significant personal joy or a significant personal sorrow, that you're invited to come down one of the side aisles, place a stone in the water bowl, say your name, and in a sentence or two, share your joy or your sorrow. Let us enter into this time of tenderness and trust.
Good morning, I'm Gerald Bonner, and I'm just happy to be back after 22 days in Europe. Amidst all the confusion at the airports, everything else went fine and dandy. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Stockton, and I wanted to share a joy this morning that both of my kids are with me today for the first time in many months, and I'm just very thrilled to have them here with me. Thanks.
I'm Mary LeMay, and I bring the sad news that Catherine Moss, a former member, but very important when she was here, has passed away just a couple of 3 weeks ago. Her husband, Bob Miriam, whom you might also remember, was on Buildings and Grounds, sang in the choir. She played the piano. These are people who were with us for a long time. Their memorial service will be held by the family on Wednesday, August 12th, 2 o'clock, Carolina Meadows. There'll be more news later, probably.
Good morning, I'm Susan McDaniel. And last week I talked about 3 friends of mine whose spouses also all have dementia in one form or another, Bonnie, and Gail. And Bonnie, one of the Bonnie's husbands, Larry, was diagnosed with inoperable cancer, and so she's been dealing with social services, hospice, and I don't know, a couple other organizations getting a hospital bed into their house. So please hold her in your hearts as the other 3 of us are doing.
Hi, I'm Jeannie Jansen, and rejoice with me that after a month or so, my air conditioning and furnace were finally replaced yesterday, and it's now cool.
Hello, my name is William Brown, and thank you. My name is William Brown, and one of my many joys that I'm having is I just finished a very hard theater camp. It was about 3 weeks, so in combination with being homesick, it was one of the most life-changing experiences of my life. And a small sorrow I have is I wish I would have talked more to the other people there, but it was one of the most grateful experiences I have.
We are Susan and Alan Spalt, and we have 2 stones this morning. One for our neighbor's son, Devin, who died not unexpectedly, but very suddenly this week of cancer. It's particularly sad since her husband died just a couple years ago. The other stone is for my cousin Colette in France. In 1999, I found my French cousins. They knew about us, but we didn't know about them. And the relationship that we've had with them has been a joy. but she had a long and very happy life. And one other minor joy. Tomato Day was a huge success in Carrboro yesterday. We had probably close to 7,000 people and volunteers from Carrboro High School who are also poets. How cool is that?
I'm Ivy Brazina. My son-in-law, Dean, who's 63 years old, was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's. And he has been suffering since he was 39 with heart disease, has many, many stents. And they're telling him now that he could have surgery, bypass surgery. He's 85% occluded in his aorta. And my sister Wendy and him have made the difficult decision not to do surgery. So he's a ticking time bomb. And I ask for your thoughts and prayers for my sister and son-in-law.
I'm Allie Jackson, and my daughter Elsie, after several years of staunch refusal, has decided that it's not so scary to put her face underwater at the swimming pool, and has in the past few weeks gone from very afraid of the water to swimming like a fish. So we're very proud of her.
Hi, I'm Sean, here for the first time with my partner Shannon. We've been dealing with a lot of sorrow lately in the past couple months with the loss of multiple friends and family members. And the joy we've been having as of recent is stepping out of our comfort zone and joining you all today and experiencing new things.
I'm Mark Selling. My sister's husband, John Nelson, has been in the City of Hope Cancer Treatment Center for 2 months, and I called him for almost every day because I had anticipated that this is near the end of his life. And somehow he has rallied from the bone cancer and has now gone home. So I'm amazed. Of course, my sister tells me that the crystals worked.
A final stone is placed for all of the joys and the sorrows that we hold in our hearts that were not spoken this morning. Won't you join with me in a few moments of prayer and meditation? Spirit of life and love, source of our peace and strength, we are grateful for this day. We ask for the healing love that helps us face difficulties in our lives. Help us be compassionate towards each other and towards ourselves. We come with gratitude for the joys and goodness of our life, realities that we often overlook in busyness. We pray that we may not live by our fears, but rather by our hopes, that we may walk with courage into this coming week, doing what we can, resting when we need to rest, and trusting that there is a presence beyond our knowing. Let us hold a few moments of silence as we connect to the prayers of our own hearts. Amen, and blessed be. Our sung meditation this morning is the second to last in the stapled set of paper that you may have picked up. If you were a person who came in early and picked up paper, you've got it. If you are not, your goal is to find somebody who has it and cozy up. This is a sharing economy in our church this morning. And we invite you, we're going to remain seated, but I'm going to invite our Shape Note singers and choir members to come forward and lead us in our sung meditation, The Grieved Soul.
And if you're looking for the melody, it's the third line.
The reading this morning comes from the acclaimed novelist Margaret Atwood. The words are lightly adapted from a book review she had written. A face with a direct gaze is said to be one of the first images, first patterns a baby recognizes. It's a primary pattern. The human gaze, when languorous, is much celebrated in love poetry. But simultaneously, a stare is intimidating at the biological level. Who can look at whom and at what informs not only the parental admonition, don't stare, and the insulting childhood challenge, what are you looking at? But also a wide range of other human behaviors, from the use of mandatory and chosen body and head coverings, to labels on films, to privacy legislation. There's that old adage, children should be seen and not heard. But children also used to be admonished, don't make a spectacle of yourself. Publication on social media is part a performance, as is everything social that human beings do. But what happens when that brightly lit arena expands so much that there is no green room in which the mascara can be removed and no cluttered, imperfect backstage exists where we can be ourselves? What happens to us if we must be on all the time? Then we find ourselves in the 24-hour glare of the supervised prison. To live entirely in public is a form of solitary confinement. Thus ends the reading. Freely we've received gifts that minister to our needs of body and spirit. Gladly we bring to our church and its wide concerns a portion of our bounty. We will now receive the morning offering.
Someday we'll roll away the stone that we've carried for so long. All our burdens will be gone, and I can't wait. We will find our way to an understanding of all views. No prayer shall be refused. I can't wait. It seems we have gone too far, and now we don't know where we are. I believe we'll find a guiding star, but I can't wait. If faith is the final place where all fears have been erased, and the locks have fallen of grace, I can't wait. Someday we'll roll away the stone that we've carried for so long, and all our burdens will be gone, and I can't wait. We will find our way to an understanding of all views. No prayer shall be refused, and I can't wait.
Hi, everybody. My name's Ann Gilliland, and I've been a resident of the Triangle and a member of this church since 2012. I recently retired from UNC, where, as Tom said at the opening of the service, I was a lawyer and a librarian, and I specialized in copyright law and related issues. I spent about 20 years, which was about the last half of my professional life at this work. And I still work on those issues, but at my own pace at this point. One thing that surprised me when I started doing this kind of work, working with information policy and libraries and the law, was that so much of it involved privacy issues. I was not expecting that. And today I'm going to talk about privacy issues in three contexts. One is how it played out and inspired my interests through my professional life, what I observe in my communities, and then a little bit about the paradoxes of privacy, and there are many, that I see in my personal life as well. The fact that my work involved privacy so much shouldn't have surprised me, because whenever people work with primary sources, there are always privacy issues. In fact, whenever people do anything, there are privacy issues. Today, those issues include tech companies' monetization of our personal information, government surveillance and data security breaches, and unfortunate oversharing on the internet, as I have done and probably many of you have done as well, and all kinds of other things like that. But our issues around privacy didn't start with technology. We've always had to handle the delicate and necessary dance of revealing and concealing ourselves from others. And those others include our nearest and dearest, as well as governments, other entities, and people all over the world. Our lives have always involved sorting through issues such as disclosure, revelation, confidentiality, trust, betrayal, gossip, surveillance, and human concern. We must and we want to reveal ourselves to each other in order to live in community and also just to live at all. At the same time, we need to keep some part of ourselves away from the scrutiny of others. And these two human needs are always in play for us. I've worked a lot with historians of medicine about health privacy law and ethics. I started that work with a medical archivist friend, and we've written a lot and spoken a lot about the subject. And the first article we wrote together had the title that we have never been able to top, and that title was the title for this talk, Balancing Between Two Goods. There are two things, they're both good. How do we figure out the right place to come down between them? That phrase sums up our dilemmas and choices about privacy and openness. And as I said before, although technology has made these choices more urgent and more visible, we've always been dealing with them. Balancing between two goods hasn't only been an intellectual exercise for me. My archivist friend and I also began to struggle with the practical consequences of ethical dilemmas that aren't really covered in US law or in our institutions' policies. How could we balance the good of accessing the historic record with the need to be ethical custodians and the dignity of the subjects that are in that record? For example, we consulted on a project to digitize records from a segregated mental hospital for Black patients founded after the Civil War in Virginia. The hospital existed well into the mid-20th century. Although most of the patients have died at this point, their families remember them and their incredibly hard lives and the struggles that they had. Families wanted dignity and privacy for their forebears, but they always also wanted recognition for them. And balancing between those two for the people who were in charge of the digitization project was something that we could help with, but that involved a lot of time and work with all kinds of people, living and dead. For instance, applicable privacy laws didn't provide much of a framework at all for this work. We had to draw analogies from privacy law, but we had to look beyond it for an ethical path forward. In another situation, I worked with students who were digitizing correspondence from 1963 and 64. These were people who had written as constituents to then North Carolina Senator Sam Ervin about the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Almost every letter opposed the act. 50 years later, many correspondents had died, but some letter writers had been school children who were probably still living. Sentiments had been so high that teachers had had their pupils write the letters opposing the Civil Rights and the teachers then sent the letters to Congress. The letters are historical gold. They bring home the civil rights struggle to students in a visceral way. And again, we had to find a path to balance between the historic and educational benefits of revealing the letters and the need to protect children who hadn't had any way to have complete information or to give consent at the time that they wrote those letters to a public entity. People who work professionally with privacy issues tend to sort themselves into two categories. There are the data breach and the data security people, and then there are the more theoretical people who are looking for an overarching theory of and solution to privacy issues. I think of the first group as those who pursue concrete privacy remedies. They advise us to use strong passwords, maintain alertness, report data breaches, and so on. And I think of the other group as those who pursue more lasting remedies. They wonder about the motivations behind the need for privacy and how we can help people feel safe, but they are sometimes distressingly short on answers. And both groups are right. This is because privacy is contextual in so many different ways, and those contexts can be hard to pin down. It can be comfortable to reveal personal information in one context, but not to another. Context and comfort can vary with the time in history or where one lives. It can be easy or hard to open up based on who is present or absent, and depending on the audience and group norms. For example, in the past, the information that someone was gay might have been an unthinkable secret to disclose, but today it's probably not such a big deal in most situations. Why do we care what people know about us? It has to do with our sense of dignity and autonomy in a way that goes often beyond the fears of social stigma or the specter of financial loss after a data breach, which is, I would editorialize, one of the reasons that the law has such a hard time dealing with privacy. We want to have some control over what is known about us, even when it won't make an immediate difference. Do I want a tech company to know what I eat for breakfast, even if it's perfectly innocuous? No. The answer is no, I do not. And there are often concerns about what the state will do with personal information and details about personal activity. The surveillance state is not new, but technology and legal decisions that facilitate warrantless searches have heightened these issues right now in this country, and we often don't know how to address them effectively. So we keep clicking on options that allow websites to track us, and we receive notices of changes to companies' privacy policy, but we often don't fully understand or know what they mean, and so our consent doesn't carry any meaningful weight. Recently, I've seen these issues play out in two communities that I belong to. One is the Triangle Shape Note Singers, and the other is this church, the Community Church of Chapel Hill. Of course, given my background, I see privacy everywhere, and I think I am right when I see it. Both groups are dealing with the best ways for members of the group to communicate, while also respecting various needs for privacy and confidentiality. Of course, technology complicates this process. How do we communicate with each other? Do some of us need or want encrypted communication methods? Some of us find social media a real help in our lives to keep up with remote family and friends. For others, a social media presence brings unwelcome surveillance and allows tech companies to monetize our behavior. What about streaming and distributing video and audio from gatherings? It's helpful for a group's cohesion and for outreach, but it can also lead participants open to surveillance and intrusive activities. These modern concerns join the other ways that we need to be sensitive to each other in community. There is always a timeless, delicate dance of privacy and necessary concealment as we learn to live with and accommodate each other. As I thought about shape note songs that we might use for this service, one of the first that came to my mind is a tune called Vernon, which we sang earlier. The text is from a long Charles Wesley poem where he draws on the idea of Jacob wrestling with the angel to work through his own struggles with the divine. And I think he is also talking about his struggle with another part of himself. He says to the traveler, "I will not let thee go till I thy name and nature know." When I sing or hear this tune, I think of the two parts of us, the part that longs to know another and the part that avoids revealing the self. Often there are good reasons and real needs behind both of those desires. Ironically, sometimes privacy and confidentiality can lead to openness. Lawyers would say that the right to be anonymous or to be left alone can facilitate free speech. And here's my story about how that has worked in my life, one of the stories. So my former husband and I both grew up as misfits in different small towns. We met while we attended the same church-related college and married a few years later. For each of us, marriage was a container that could hold our oddities and provide a safe cover for us to face the world. We spent the majority of our married life living in yet another small college town. It was the kind of place where the population fell by half when the students went home for the summer, so the police turned off our one traffic light. When our son was born, we knew he hadn't been switched at birth because he was the only newborn at the hospital at the time. When the emergency vehicle sirens started, we soon knew what had happened and to whom and how long they would be at the hospital. After about a decade, the three of us moved to a city of about 1 million people. We were lost and scared at first, and then we began to realize that no one was watching us anymore. No one would tell tales to our relatives or whisper about us to the town's bullies or tastemakers. We were unknown and free, and we used that freedom to get divorced. And then we were guilty and miserable and also so happy. I started to paint again. I grew my hair and wore the clothes I loved instead of the clothes I thought I should wear. I went to song circles and folk dances for the first time in years. I stopped going to church. One day my ex came over and we talked about this, as we did ad infinitum during those years. We'd known each other since we were teenagers, so, we didn't stop talking. And after describing his own misery at length, he said, "But sometimes I feel wonderful, and I just want to hug myself with joy." And then he said, "And Ann, you have become an interesting person again, too." Our anonymity had freed us both, and we used our new openness to join new communities and start the process all over again, albeit with perhaps a bit more honesty and less fear. Thank you.
Let us sing our closing hymn. I invite you to rise in body or in spirit. Our closing hymn, which is the last in your packet. If you didn't pick up a packet, find somebody to get close to. It is the hymn Holy Manna or Mana, and the lyrics are some UU lyrics from our hymnal, "When the Summer Sun is Shining." I invite you to sing out. second. The words for extinguishing the chalice are in your order of service. I invite you, as Eric extinguishes our chalice, to please join with me in saying them. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. I want to take a moment to give thanks to everyone who made this service today possible. I want to name our greeters and our ushers and our sound and video techs. I want to name our visitors from the Triangle Shape Note community who have blessed us this morning, our choir members, Danny and Stephanie, and our preacher, especially our preacher, Ann, this morning. Let's give a round of applause. Now, if you feel comfortable, now, singers, we have one more job for you, which is to give us an opening pitch for our closing song. I invite you, if you're comfortable, to hold hands with the person next to you, or if you're not, you can just cross your hands over your heart. And let us join in singing Shalom. The words are in your order of service, and let us give a note.
We'll have the Q&A for the sanctuary project here in a few minutes. The question and answer session for the sanctuary project will be starting momentarily. We've had
Nice job. I think, the Academy, we've been nominated for Best Infomercial. Best costume. The umbrella was a nice touch. I was trying to get my son to be like a little bit. I was like, nothing will get much as normal kid rated. So yeah. It was 50-50 though, so I didn't want to promise it. And you know, he'll be 4 in December, so almost over 3 now. Yeah. So he was all gung ho about it, and it was pretty crowded in here today. And then he was like, I'm not sure about that. Which I can appreciate.
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah, let's do that. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. And you? I'm just fine. Hot? Oh, shit, yeah.
Well, I will sign for and then I will pay
Great. That would be great, because yeah, that's around the time we'll start getting some.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, we got to write some big checks like October, November, September, October, November.
I understand that.
They're going to go to a worthy cause, my friend. I'm going to treat it like it was my own.
I saw a few bands going today.
I hope that this, I assume somebody is coming.
Yes, some, yes.
And we'll be able to pay these first people.
Yes.
All right.
It's looking pretty good. I've been on professional teams that have handled projects worse than how this one's going. So, I mean, it's not.
It's a high compliment.
It's not perfect. It's not perfect. No one ever is. But I'm sleeping easy on this one right now. It's never going to be as fast as one.
Well, because we have people like you who are. Oh, thank you.
That's what I was just saying.
That's my favorite umbrella. So. I don't get to use it very often. So.
Take care.
You too. All right. See you soon.
Oh man, my update did come through.
Ask for a show of hands of who's actually here for the Q&A. And if nobody raises their hand, then we'll call it. I was going to ask for a show of hands. Yeah, exactly.
How's it going, man?
Winding up the conversion of two-color fluorescent to tubular LED.
Nice.
Just knocked out the downstairs classrooms. We've got some hallways and closets and all that stuff.
I got 400 installed panels that there is some debate on whether or not they're ground like UPCs and things like control units. By the way, we run a run.
Is there anyone here for the Q&A, or is everyone just good with chatting? Raise your hand if you're here for the Q&A. Anybody? All right, if anyone has questions, just come and ask us directly up here.
That inspires confidence. It's a way to not get hurt. Great. It's you, man. It was you.
Great song, which has a line in it. Make your checks out to Jesus. Oh no, give your money to Jesus, make your checks out to me.
Written by Jimmy Swagger.
No.
The next joke will be we're putting a cross at the top.
John McCutcheon or Jonathan Burdick.
On last call for pledges, that could be like your last call for audience. Like I could be a plan. When's your next one?
The word is when our next within the walls. That's really
No, I think I'm by myself for the next
you
one.
are?
Yeah.
So I'll just be a volunteer plant.
That's right.
Like
That's
a
right.
Confederate and stuff. You can run forward with your commitment waving in the air.
The golden ticket.
Of course, it's all like your phone waving in the air.
Is it time for the last pledge?
All right, I think we can call this.
Yeah. I think we're just saying right.
I think it will be. We'll log in, give it 5 or 10 minutes.
I'll be going back now. I'll be doing bets tonight.
That's fine, I think.
No, I mean I'll be there, but I think we'll be done sometime. So we'll do bets.
Yeah, exactly.